All right, everyone, in this video, I'm going to show you how to copy an email message that you're about to send out or that you have sent out and why you would want to do that. Okay, so once again, we have a choice of email lists. We're going to go with this one, traffic tips. The point is just make sure you're on the correct email list before you do this. Now we're going to want to go down to messages. I'm going to go straight to drafts. These are messages that I've already created. So on the right-hand side, you can see the message. They're similar. This is yoga for health and wellness. This is yoga and YouTube for traffic. Okay, let's just open up this one. Yoga and YouTube for generating traffic. Okay, so you can see, maybe I've spent a heck of a lot of time creating this particular email message. Now, as an example, you can see maybe I, created this from Canva and I've got the layout and the button and all the images and the yellow background. And I don't want to have to do that every single time. But at the same time, I don't want to create a template because I'm just going to use this email and send it out maybe 2 or 3 times and that's it. I'm done with it. So I don't want to go through the hassle of creating a template, but I don't want to have to start it from scratch. So that's why you would copy this. For instance, let's just take some numbers, some round numbers. So let's just say I've got 1,000 people on my list and they're all interested in yoga and YouTube marketing for their yoga business, their yoga studio. And I send out 1,000 email messages. Okay, I send this one email message out to 1,000 subscribers on Saturday morning and 200 open the email up. Now, I want to send out that exact same email on Sunday afternoon, but I don't want to send it to the 200 people that have already opened it up on Saturday morning. That makes no sense. That's annoying for the subscribers. So what I want to do is I'm going to send the same email out, but only to those people who didn't open up on Saturday. Now, I show you how to do that using segments and tags and all that in another video. The point is that if I have copied the email, I've got another email that's ready to go out the next day on Sunday. So here we go. I've got this email. Let's go back down here. I'm going to save and exit. So before I send this out to my 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to copy this to drafts, okay? Yoga and YouTube. Copy it to drafts. I can do it once. I can do it twice. So I've copied this particular email message so I can send this one out on Saturday morning and this one out on Sunday. Now, once I send it out, it's not going to be in drafts anymore, right? So I'm just going to delete that and pretend that we've sent it out. So now we only have 2 copies left. Now this one, I've decided, you know what? I don't want to send out the exact same subject line on Sunday afternoon. I'm going to send out basically the same email, but not the same subject line. So I'm going to click here to edit. And I'm just going to put, instead of yoga, who knows, maybe let's just Pilates for whatever reason. It makes sense in the context of the email. And I may want to tweak, and then I notice, you know what, I really don't want this thing here. So I'm just going to mouse over and delete that. Okay, so it's the exact same email. I don't have to start everything from scratch. I didn't need to create a template. I just modified a little bit of the content, changed the subject line. I'm going to save and exit. And there you go. So Pilates and YouTube, this is the one that I'm going to send out on Sunday. And I like it so much, I'm thinking, you know what, I might send the same thing out on Monday evening. So I'm going to copy to drafts. And I'm thinking, you know what, I've got another email list that I think would like this email. So I'll send it out at a later time, but let me copy the email message to another list. You go down here. I'm just going to send it to the anti-anxiety report email list, right? It's been copied to another list. I've copied a copy of this email message to this list, right? And if I want to send a test to myself, I can click here. If I want to delete it, I click here. I just did that a minute ago. We've done that. We've copied to the list. The spam score used to give each email message a spam score. When I click on it now, it tells you that we don't do that anymore. They used to have a cool little meter that would give you a spam score, and they explain why they don't use that meter anymore. So that is defunct. Not sure why they still left the link there. Not really sure what that's about, or I guess they left it there to explain to everybody why they're not using it anymore. Okay, so this is how you can copy a message that's in your drafts. Now, what if you created an email, you love the email, you've sent it out, but you forgot to copy it before you sent it out? What can you do? What can you do? Go to broadcasts. So we're in the same list. These are emails that were already sent out. I'll just pretend that this one was sent out already. I really like this email, and I want to send this out again on, let's just say, Wednesday evening because it was so successful. What I would do is copy to drafts. So it's going to copy it to the drafts of the same list that I'm in. So I'm going to click there. I just copied it to drafts of the same list. Or I could, once again, I sent out this email, but I also want to copy this to the anti-anxiety report. Okay, so what I'm going to do is let's go to anti-anxiety report. And let's go to drafts. How to stay focused. That's 15 seconds ago. That was copied there. And this was copied there 2 minutes ago. So you can see these are ready to send out again. I can modify the subject line or a little bit of the body of the message or an image or something in the message without having to just build the whole thing from scratch all over again. Let's go back to, what was it? Traffic tips. And how to stay focused, that was created 1 minute ago. So that is how you copy a message to save yourself a ton of time. That is why you would want to copy a message. It's a great tactic strategy. It saves me a ton of time. Another example is when you're doing affiliate marketing. Say there's a 5-day launch. So you're promoting somebody's product for 5 days. You come up with a great email, and maybe, it starts on Wednesday, and Thursday it's going to be pretty much like the email you sent out on Wednesday, but you don't want to have to build it from scratch. So there's an example where you might send out basically the same email on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So you copy the email. You don't just keep rebuilding it from scratch. And after this particular launch is over, you're never going to use this email again. So if you're not ever going to use this email message ever again with this layout, there's no need to go through the trouble of creating a template of this particular message. And that's why you'd want to create copies of your messages. I hope you found this helpful. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.